create together. We're better
Yeah.
together. Create together. We're all in this together. Hey guys, we're live on Facebook. It is Together Tuesday. I'm so excited. If you are watching, come join us in Zoom. Watch us on Facebook Live. Let's see. Usually takes about 2 minutes for everybody
Hello,
to.
hello.
Hello. Yes. Hey guys. Waiting for my crew to get here. They're must be still eating dinner.
It's late there though, isn't it? Like nine.
I know that some that usually join us are from the West Coast, so I know that they're either finishing up dinner.
Uh,
Um, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Hello, hello, everybody on Facebook in Facebook land. Come join us in Zoom. We are hanging out today with Kim and Truman, and we are going to learn all about how we are bringing adaptive sports to the 19th annual AMC conference. I'm so excited.
you do.
For those of you who are watching at home, we are live on Facebook, and we are actually going to um, download this file, and Ted's going to put it up on YouTube for you guys to watch later if you missed this awesome show with Kim and Truman and everyone else that joins us later. Um, January is membership month, so I do have to remind everybody to get your membership at amcsupport.org. Become a member of AMCSI so you can take advantage of your early bird registration for the 19th annual conference, as well as get your tickets at a discount rate. We are launching, hopefully, crossing my fingers, by February 1st. So that's going to be a big day for us. And I know families are going to be grabbing those tickets and booking their hotel. But I'm super excited because this year is going to be a really special year in Atlanta, Georgia, because our friend Kim Kolstad is going to bring some exciting activities for our
It'll be
AMCers.
awesome.
Woo!
It'll be awesome.
Yes, for our AMCers to participate in. She is going to obviously tell you about a little bit about herself and how she got involved with adaptive sports. And then she is going to share with you all of the fun things that her and her awesome team are bringing to Atlanta. So, all right,
Yes.
Kim, take it away.
All right. Well, thank you. I am super excited about this. It's going to be once in a lifetime opportunity, I think, for a lot of us. But so a little bit about me. Um I am currently 43 years old, and so I'm on the older end of things, but about 2 years ago, I was going to what's called the Ability Expo in Phoenix, and I was just going to check out things and see if there's anything for my wheelchair or my car. Anyway, just I didn't even know adaptive sports existed. But I went there and was introduced to one of the agencies in Arizona that provided kayaking, adaptive kayaking. And I honestly didn't know if I could do it, but I thought I'd give it a try because I wanted to be more active and be outside a little bit more than I had been. And so I showed up. It was late in the season, and so I showed up and they helped me in the kayak. And the first time I went, I was with somebody, and they kind of helped me get comfortable. And then I took off, and I was able to kayak on my own. And
Awesome.
I loved it. It's a pretty chill sport, especially on Tempe Town Lake, which is super small and super gross, so you don't want to tip over. But after kayaking was over, I kind of had a bug in me, and I really wanted to do something else. And the coach that I was working with said that I should try skiing. And I use a power wheelchair, and I was like, there's no way I could go skiing. But he was like, yes, you can, and you should. And so I tried. Well, I signed up, I should say. I signed up to go, and that's where I met Truman. And he was my coach at that time, and he introduced what's called the Tetra ski to me. And it is a sit ski where you can control it with a joystick, or if you're not able to use your arms, you can control it with a sip and puff technology. And so he took me up the lift and he's like, you're going to do this and you're going to be independent with it. And I don't remember exactly what you said, Truman, but I was nervous. But we got up to the top of the hill and it was like, okay, let's go. And so we went, and it was the first time I flew, I felt like, and I felt like I was free and I loved it. And since that time, I have not stopped. Like, I was able to race in the Tetra ski race and was surprisingly able to win that race. And then I've tried like 15 to 20 different sports since then. And I've loved it ever since. And because of adaptive sports, I got a new job and I was able to move to Utah. And now I'm helping other people with spinal cord injuries. So with that being said, I don't want to take all the time, but with that being said, I approached Ani last year and was like, I don't feel like AMC is really represented in the adaptive community, and I think that we need to do better at that. And and so we've been working together, and I am so excited that we're going to bring adaptive sports to the conference. And so on the 3rd, we are going to have a wake surfing clinic, if you want to call it, or event. And we're going to have a mountain biking event, and we're going to have a rock climbing event. And then during the conference, we're going to have the Tetra ski there so that you guys can see it and you can experience, like, obviously there's no snow in summer, but you'll be able to at least see it, see how it would work for you. We'll also have bikes there. We'll also have, and I'll let Truman and Tanya introduce themselves, but experts, because I like to play, but I'm definitely not an expert, and these guys are, and they feel passionate about this and are willing to come and share their knowledge with us and help us figure out how we can be more involved in adaptive sports. Even if you think you can't, there are ways that you can, for sure. I figured that out. It was
That's
a
so
little
awesome.
later, but yeah. So anyway, that's a long story, but Truman, do you want to kind of share a little bit about high country and yeah, what you do?
Yeah. Hello, community. I'm Truman. I'm the programs director for High Country Adaptive Sports. I've been in the adaptive sports world for about 8 years and worked with High Country Adaptive for most of that time in a variety of different roles. Our program specifically provides skiing in the wintertime. We are the only adaptive program for skiing in the state of Arizona. Yes, we ski in Arizona. It is a good time. And then in the summer we provide kayaking, rock climbing, mountain biking, and we're going to be introducing some river trips and some camping as we grow. Our summer program's only been around for about 3 years, and our winter program has been around since 2015 as a nonprofit. Um, you know, adaptive sports is a really wide-ranging field, and it's growing every day. And so, while our program might only provide this stuff, there's programs like Trails, who is also on this video, and that created that Tetra ski, designing activities and programming specifically for this community and those folks with more complex disability, power chair users. Even in the adaptive sports world, the sports and competition has been created for those with more physicality involved, or more like strength. And so just know that, like, there's people out there creating recreation for you all, and it's getting better every single day, and we need your input. And we're so excited. I am so excited to be part of this conference, to be able to share with you maybe your first introduction to adaptive sports, and show to you that you can do this and you can do it independently. It might look different, but we're going to do everything in our power to make it to where you can participate in recreation and make it accessible. And I'm just very excited to be on the call and be coming to the conference. And me and Kim have become friends over the years that we've been recreating together, and we're going. Now we just go on bike rides. We're not doing lessons, and
Yeah.
we're just going skiing. And so I hope that you all can find that with your adaptive sports communities wherever you are. And I am excited to be on the journey to introduce it to you. So thanks for the time.
Yeah, Tanya, do you want to talk a little bit about what Trails is and the Tetra ski?
Certainly. Yeah, thank you, Kim, and good to see you all here, and whoever might be watching us through YouTube and also Facebook. Yeah, I'm glad Truman introduced himself first, and there's adaptive sports programs around the country, around the world. I believe Trails is different a little bit to a degree in terms of really trying to find ways for the population who typically haven't been seen in recreational sport to recreate in an independent manner. And that's our whole core focus. And that's how the Tetra ski was invented. That's how the Tetra sailboat was invented. And finding partners like Truman's program who can then spread the offerings and the opportunities for this population is absolutely crucial to us. And Kim, as a world champion from the first world championships that we invented, that's a completely intended another level of these sports offerings, like athletes who typically previously were not identified as athletes, not even by themselves, are now identifying themselves as athletes, and we have a whole another competitive world for these people is absolutely crucial for us and in the agenda as well. So we are going to be part of the conference. We are going to bring the Tetra ski to the conference. We would bring the sailboat as well, but it's logistically kind of impossible. So people can touch the ski and feel how it actually behaves, how it responds to your commands as a skier, as an athlete. And yeah, we are just thrilled to be part of this, and we are happy to have Kim as one of our ambassadors and Truman as a program who is taking this to another level in Arizona and working together as a community on this. So yeah, it's a bigger, getting bigger and bigger family.
Yes.
I love
Thank
that. I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Kim, do you want to share your video now, and then we'll talk more about how our community can help and how our community can sign up, and maybe some of your requirements to participate in the event prior to conference?
Yes, absolutely. Let me get that ready here.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Rod.
You see that okay?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Hi, I'm Kim Kolstad. I'm an advocate for people with disabilities. I'm excited to be this year's keynote speaker at the AMC conference in Atlanta, Georgia. I was invited to talk about how adaptive sports has changed my life. I'm excited to share my adaptive sports story, but I'm more excited for you to experience it. That's why I'm bringing adaptive sports to the conference. You can wake surf with Arizona Adaptive Water Sports and Wake for Warriors on Centurion and Nautique boats. You can mountain bike and rock climb with High Country Adaptive and Catalyst Adaptive Sports. You will meet specialists from across the country who can guide you on your own adaptive sports journey. If you're excited to start your own adaptive sports journey, then please join us in reaching our fundraising goals. Arizona Adaptive Water Sports has agreed to host our fundraising campaign to bring adaptive sports to the AMC conference in July. The link is below. Please share this link with the people in your life who love you and want the best for you. Tell them what you're excited to do, and then ask them to help make it happen. I believe in the power of community, and with your help, we can make a real impact. Let's ensure that at this year's AMC conference, you don't just hear about something that can change your life. This year, you can experience a life-changing event. I'm Kim Kolstad. I have AMC and I'm an athlete. Together, let's make this conference an unforgettable celebration of ability, resilience, and the transformative power of adaptive sports. Thank you so much for your support. So there's that.
Love it.
That was great.
I didn't get to see it in our meeting the other day, so that's really cool. I love
Oh
it.
yeah. That was not fun to do, but I did it.
That's awesome, Kim. I love that. And of course, you do have a number of sponsors that are going to be assisting with this event. But of course, we are also going to be actively fundraising for your group. Do you want to share more about that?
Yeah, so everyone that has volunteered to come, we're all part of nonprofit agencies. So there's not a lot of funds to go around, and it is going to be expensive to come. Because we are bringing the Tetra ski, we're bringing these sports, and we're bringing a specialist to come and talk to each of us. So we have been able, just to give you a ballpark of what we've been able to do so far, we've been able to raise about $42,000 for this conference. We're gonna have like 4 to 5 boats. And they're both Centurion and Nautique boats. And so that obviously costs money. We're going to have the biking event, so people are going to be able to go out and try these different adaptive bikes. We're also going to have rock climbing, which is also expensive as well. We're partnering with Catalyst Sports in Atlanta to help us with this as well. So all that being said, we've had a lot of in-kind donations. A lot of people are donating their time and their services and their equipment, but we need to be able to get us there. So transportation, lodging once we're there, that kind of thing. We just want to be able to provide the best conference that we can and provide the most opportunities. So that's what we're raising money for. We have about $11,000 left to raise to be able to make this happen. And so we've done a lot of the work, but we need help now. And so that's I guess why we're reaching out now and to start so that we can come. I want to come. Like this is all I think about now, is I want to be there. So
Yes, and we talked on our meeting not too long ago. What was it, last week? And we talked about passion projects, and Kim is definitely passionate about this project. So we definitely want to support. If you know anybody that has a business that really loves active sports, adaptive sports, and wants to get involved with sponsoring Kim and her team to get to Atlanta, please let us know. All the information is going to be on our website starting February 1st. But Ted has posted the links on our Facebook page, and we'll have all that on our socials as well for anybody that is listening out there that wants to contribute. Do you want to talk about how our attendees can participate? And I know Ted and Kim have been working together so hard over the last couple of weeks to get all the forms ready, all the questions ready. So I'm excited to launch. I want to launch right now, but Ted says we're not ready yet. Few more days.
we're getting closer though. Yes. So I guess we'll just start at the top and talk about wake surfing first. And so what we're gonna provide is, I don't know if anybody knows what Centurion boats are, but or Nautique, they're very similar, but basically what they are, they're huge, very expensive boats. But what I love about them is how accessible they are. Like it is so easy to get on and off the boat from the water to the platform inside. Obviously, we're going to have people there to help us if we need help with lifting or transfers or anything like that. We're going to have 3 different types of adaptive wake surfing. So if you're able to lay on your stomach, then we will have the prone style. If you're not able to lay on your stomach, if you are able to sit up, then we will have what's called, it's a terrible name, and I hope someday they will change it, but it's called a cage. You're going to sit in a cage on the wake surf board and be able to surf that way. Or if you're able to stand, then we will help you stand that way too. So 3 different options. And if you're not sure if you're going to be able to do any of it, please reach out to me because Joe, she's not on the call, but she's going to be helping with the registration for wake surfing, and she will reach out to you and talk to you about your individual needs after you sign up. So there's definitely going to be, if you're nervous or you're not sure you're going to be able to do it, then please don't let that deter you because we will be able to figure it out. So that's kind of the wake surfing and mountain biking. Truman, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. So mountain biking. So, I'm coming to help facilitate and put people to bikes. So I want people to think of this more as like a bike fitting to figure out what bike is going to work for you than like going on an epic mountain bike ride, right? If you're nervous, this is going to be, like a really low key setting to see what bike works for you with what adaptations so that you can go and find your adaptive program later and start going on some really fun rides. Kim and I go on some pretty epic mountain bike rides once we figured out what fits her. And the same can be said for you, like for this, keep your expectations like lower and so until we figure out what works for you. But there's a bike out there that will allow you to go on a trail and out into the woods and ride over a log and just be out in the wilderness. And there's lots of different types of bikes out there. And yeah, we'll just work with what we have and see what works for you.
Truman, do you have an age limit for participants?
The mountain biking
So
there is, right?
yeah. So like for our specific program here in Flagstaff, Arizona, we have like a 15-year-old age limit for the bikes. But as far as this fitting goes, like anybody can come and see what bikes will fit. That age limit is more for going on a mountain bike ride and the bike being able to actually fit the person and not be too big for them. And so like for what we're going to be doing at the conference, I think anybody can come and at the very least see what's there and see what bikes are available and what the bikes can do. And if it's too small, then find that program that has the bike that fits you or be excited and ready for when it's time for you to ride the bike.
I remember
Awesome.
the first time I went on a mountain bike ride, we came to a log and I stopped. And Truman, who was I with? I don't remember. Truman was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "There's a log in the way," and he was like, "Go over it." And then I did, and it was the first time actually a barrier didn't stop me, so it was kind of cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, the bikes are really incredible. Most of the bikes that we're going to be working with are all e-assist electric mountain bikes. They have some form of suspension on them and a motor. So, if you can't lift your arms to make a rotation on a pedal or can't use your legs, then you've got a button and you're able to go anywhere that anyone else is able to go. And so these bikes are really cool. I know Trails is working on one that's even more accessible. And yeah, so just come see what will work for you and know that if something isn't there for you, it's out there and we'll point you in the right direction of where that is.
Yeah. And then the rock climbing that we're gonna have, I never I never thought I was able to do any of this, but rock climbing especially, I was like, I don't have any arm strength, I don't have any leg strength, like I don't have any hand grip, like anything. But they do have options, and again, it depends on your ability. And so they will have people there, Catalyst Sports will have people there to be able to fit you to the equipment. They also have equipment where, and Truman, maybe you can answer this too, but I don't know what it's called, but you sit in it and you're able to pull yourself up. It takes some of the body weight. I'm gonna let Truman say it because he knows better.
Yeah, so there's like a pulley system that can be applied to this harness that is a full body harness. It's like a cushion seat. There's like back support, and it's a pull bar. And so it's not traditional rock climbing, but you can take anywhere from a third to a fifth of your weight away. So it's a 3-to-1 system, a 4-to-1 system, or a 5-to-1 system to take away a percentage of your weight, so you can still get a good workout in, but essentially pull yourself up that wall. You're the one doing it. No one's helping you. And then there's safety ropes there holding you up. And then you get to just climb up and see some good views.
It is pretty cool.
So cool.
And I'm not able to lift my arms up very well. So High Country was able to figure out a way where they pulled my arms up and then I was able to push down. So so these guys are incredible with how they just make things work. So I'm excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah, those are
That's awesome.
the three sports that we're gonna provide on the 3rd.
Exciting, exciting. I love that. All right. So, Ted, do you want to briefly discuss our website and how our folks are going to sign up for these awesome adaptive sports activities?
So when we're planning on launching the website on February 1st for the event, and basically there's going to be a tab for AMC. Let me just go to, so I'm saying it right, AMC activities, and under that you'll see adaptive sports. It's also going to be on the homepage of the event, of the conference, and you'll click on the adaptive sports page, and from there you'll be able to read about all of the 3 different sports that Kimberly just explained, and you can sign up directly from this form. You can add in all of the information that everybody will start to use to help you do either one of these 3 events: rock climbing, mountain biking, or wake surfing. And then once you hit submit, it contacts them, and they'll be in touch with you directly from there. Each event is it's $20 per person. And once they receive the inquiry, somebody from the adaptive sports team will contact you regarding the payment. And then from there, it is all you and them, and it's all going to be a bunch of fun on the 3rd.
Yes.
Yes, and the $20 is more like a reservation
Right.
fee, just to ensure that that we do have enough slots, and that if there's anybody that needs to go on waiting lists, or if somebody has to cancel due to unexpected travel issues or whatever. But this just ensures that our teams that are going to be on the grounds and the volunteers, that we have enough to support who's going to be coming. So Chris, I hope that answers your question about what the cost will be per session. So
For that,
did you have any?
Like if
I'm-
there's any issues with cost at all, please reach out to me because I do not want that to be a barrier at all. So yeah, sorry. Yeah.
And we have Kimberly's email and info on the page as well.
Mhm.
And it'll directly, you click on that link and it'll email directly to Kimberly.
Chris,
My
do you have a question? Go ahead.
My question would be more like, if I were to come over there, compared to our conference here, like what would something like that be? Since I haven't really gone on the website yet, and followed your information. So that's what I was thinking of. But yeah, I'm excited. I would love
Oh, gotcha.
I would love to do like wakeboarding or even the mountain biking. I've always been wanting to have some type of a bike. So this would be something really cool.
It's
Kim, is
incredible.
there a big expense to be involved in adaptive sports where you're at?
I think it depends on the agency. I know for HCAS, they have, or sorry, High Country Adaptive Sports, they have scholarships available. Trails is completely free. And then Arizona Adaptive Water Sports also, they do have a charge, but again, it's a lot like a reservation. They want you to put forth the effort to show up. And so it really depends on the agency, from what I can tell. But as far as I know, most agencies are also willing to work with you if there's a financial issue there. So Truman or Tanya, do you have any like anything to add to that?
Kim, I think
Uh,
you put it out right. It completely depends on the organization, and in a lot of cases, in most of the cases, there's always scholarships available. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think, I think like, at least from my perspective, I understand or High Country understands that transportation is usually like the hugest barrier. So if someone can get themselves to us, we're going to make it happen. And, I can't speak for other organizations, but the field is usually the same way, and we'll work with anybody to get you out there.
Now, Kim, is there like a central site that somebody can go to? Like, say they're interested in adaptive sports, and I know and I are in South Carolina. Like, is there like a central location where we could find out like where? Um, okay, well that makes
Yep.
sense. Move United. We just talked about that earlier. Okay, so that's awesome.
Yeah, so Move United actually has a list of every single adaptive sports agency in the nation.
Okay.
So if you want to know what's in your state, you can go to Move United and see what's out there. So
Very cool. We're
Mhm.
hoping to collaborate with them for this event as well.
yes.
Crossing our fingers.
Yes. Mhm.
Very cool. Awesome.
As far as the age limit for the water sports and the climbing, water sports, you just have to be able to hold your breath for like 10 seconds. That's
Okay.
it. There's no other age limit requirement. And so, and then the climbing, I don't think there is an age limit, right, Truman? I don't think there is.
Not that I'm aware of. It might be different for Catalyst, but for us, all of our sports are like, or besides biking, are 4 years old and older. And
Okay.
yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm so excited, Kim. I know you are.
Yes,
Hopefully we will have a lot of participants. I know, Kim, you had mentioned on our calls there are going to be some limits to some of the activities. Are we I can't remember. I know that the rock climbing has so many slots open. Is that correct? That'll be like
Yes.
first come, first.
Yes, so for rock climbing, I think the rock climbing, we can accommodate the most people, to be honest. I think we can accommodate to 40 people for that if you're interested.
Okay, awesome.
The mountain biking, because we are going to spend a lot of time with you on fitting the bike to you, it's going to be a little bit less. I think we could do, I think Jillian said 4 to 6 people per session.
Okay.
And we're gonna have, is that what, Ted, are you looking at that?
I believe that's what it was, yeah.
Yeah, and we're gonna have 2 biking sessions, so you know, it's gonna be a little bit lower. And then as far as the wake surfing, we're hoping to be able to accommodate at least 20 people. We're hoping more. If we're able to get the 5th boat, we might be able to accommodate more. Also, if you want to just go out and go for a ride on one of those boats, reach out to me, because that could be possible too. So, because they're pretty incredible boats. So
That's exciting. I wish I didn't have to work. I would so be out there with you guys.
yeah.
So registration opens at I think 4 o'clock on Wednesday. So we're unfortunately not going to be able to hang out with you guys, but hopefully we'll catch you guys maybe in your area one of these days. I love to travel, so Kim, I'm coming to visit you.
Come on out.
Um, so I'm so thrilled to be able to offer this to our families for the 19th annual AMCSI conference. I'm so excited to have Kim as well as her team on the ground in Atlanta with us. Directly after opening ceremonies, Kim is going to be scheduled with her team in a session to really hit home and talk about all of the adaptive sports availability and anything and everything that you want to ask them is you're going to be able to do this in that 45-minute session. So I'm really excited that that's going to be also available. And they're also going to be on the floor at our conference. So you'll actually be able to talk to them one-on-one if you missed the session or if you missed Kim's keynote speech as well. But I think Ted's got that because he's going to also live stream that and it'll be on YouTube later. So you
Yep.
can definitely watch that. So, but yeah, is there anybody in the room that has questions for Kim or anybody on Facebook? Please add that in the chat box. Go ahead, Chris.
I have a question about like, so if we can get into one of your sessions, like for instance, the bike, and we get something figured out, is there a way that we can somehow transfer it in a way to the dimensions or whatever, so we could get our own bike type thing in our area, or is there connections somehow to get something like specifically adapted, like boom, with something
Mhm.
like this? Because I think it'd be kind of exciting to finally like have an opportunity, have you guys, helping us put something together, and then have an actual plan of here's the equipment, and then
Mhm.
we can go like, oh yeah.
Right, yeah, and I can let Truman kind of talk about the different bikes, but I think one of our goals is to be able to get you fitted to a bike, know what you need, and then maybe connect you to your agency in your area. And then you can work with them on riding, and I'll be honest, the bikes are not cheap at all. And so, Truman, you can talk a little bit about availability of bikes and that kind of thing and purchasing them. But I think going through the adaptive agencies, that's what I do because it's way cheaper to do that. So, but Truman, take it away.
Yeah. So just to like give everyone a realization of what the bikes cost. The one Kim uses the most is a Lasher with all the bells and whistles on it. Cost about $18,000 to $20,000. So just, keep that in your head when you find something that fits. There is a bike that works really well for a lot of folks in your community called a rig, and that is a little bit more reasonable. It's in the $6,000 range, and can have like a storage on the back and is super adjustable and works really nicely. So I'm hoping that that will be available for us in Georgia. Um, and as far as like making sure you're going home with the right information, we can take pictures of things and measure things and write it out on a form for you. And then either myself or Catalyst Sports folks can communicate with whoever your local program is and see what they have or where the nearest one of that bike is, and put you in contact with the right people if you want to buy your own. We can look for grants to figure out how to get you some funding, and just work with you as best as we can to like get you your own stuff or find a place that has a bike that you can use often.
That's what I do. I bug trails like all the time and make them take me and go biking. So
Nice.
That's awesome. Is there any dedicated nonprofits to that is just funding equipment, adaptive sports equipment for individuals out there?
Yes, and they are mostly for people with spinal cord injuries. So
Okay.
I have looked into it a lot because I would love to have my own bike. And so far, all I've been able to find for people with our condition is the Challenge Athletes Foundation. They do have grants out there, but they are very small in comparison. Like this last year, I was able to have $1,000 and use it towards sports, but that's a drop in the bucket compared to the bike. So, but I was also able to use it and go, like I went skiing and I went biking and I also went ocean surfing for the first time. So I used it for sure.
So awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely, there's not a lot out there yet for AIMS.
Perhaps it's time to have a foundation who can raise funds for this particular group to get grants for equipment. But
Yes.
Yeah,
but it's true, there's organizations and a lot of people get grants from multiple organizations and then they are able to combine them. But if those organizations are dedicated to fund only one diagnostic group, then it becomes an issue, obviously. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
But what Truman said, the fitting process is crucial for you all. It is so crucial to know what is exactly that is going to work for you, for your own benefit,
right.
and then it's going to serve you perfectly, and then it's not waste of anyone's funds. So that is super important.
Yeah.
And I'd like to add it, like the bike fitting, because it's going to take a while and not as many people will get to do it. Um, don't let that discourage you, right? Like if you miss out on it, then go find your organization and get that fitting done and find that bike for you. Don't let, like, oh, don't be like, oh, I'll do it next year. Go find your organization and find that bike for you, or that, or go wakeboarding or go kayaking, or find those sports. And these are 3 sports we're talking about. There's many more. Go skiing, go, like, hiking, camping, any of this stuff. There's programs out there.
Power soccer. I never knew I would like power soccer, but I like power soccer.
Power soccer, that's a good one.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like that always,
Yeah.
you just got to take that first step. Just do it, just
Yeah.
get on it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's so true. So
Yeah, so we have a number of AMCers that do power soccer. We have a number of AMCers that are Paralympians in multiple sports, which is really cool as well. And they'll, they're going to be training and traveling here soon, which is exciting. But I am learning so much from our community. It's absolutely incredible. But yeah, Kim, after conference, let's talk about maybe something we could work out with AMCSI, in the future. I keep saying there's somebody out there that is listening, that might be really, really interested in funding something like this. So yeah, that would be exciting. I would love to see this event be an annual thing. Kim, what do you think? Maybe.
oh my gosh, I would love that. So much. It might become like a full-time job, but
Yeah.
but I
But you
yeah,
never know. You
right.
never know. I have this thing where I like to speak things into existence and just always dream big, because you never know who's out there listening, and who's as passionate as we are about our community. So that those funds might just become available, and the sky's the limit, and we could do so many things fun. I love that we're going to have some sort of outdoor activity prior to conference starting, because we did that when we were really small. We had a Miracle League baseball game for our families, and that was really cool. But we're way too big now to hire a bunch of charter buses to get to a miracle field. There could be up to 800 of us. So we just never know whatever city we land in there.
Yeah.
Conference and surprise us. So, but I'm really, really excited that you and your team are going to be on the ground and offering this amazing experience to our family. So we thank you so much for that, and of course we thank you for joining us on Together Tuesdays. Please join us anytime. We're just every Tuesday. We're just hanging out in here,
Hanging out.
talking.
Yeah.
There's no real schedule unless we have a special guest. So I don't see any other questions, but some questions might pop in. Do you have one, Ted? Did you see one?
Kimberly, was there one of the adaptive sports, I don't know if that you were competing in with, or that you could talk about, or
Yeah.
you know, that because I remember seeing something about that, and I wanted to kind of touch on that because I'm really curious to learn about how that all went.
Yeah. So which one? Because I've done a couple.
I mean, you know,
I think the most recent, right? That we
talk
were.
about all of them if you want.
So yeah, so this last fall, I almost froze to death in a lake in Utah when I competed in the world competition for wake surfing. And this was the first time they have ever had an adapted division. And so I was able to compete with a couple people from Arizona and someone from Austria, and then myself from Utah, although I was kind of from Arizona too. But I was able to, like, first time ever being able to compete on a world level, and there was only 4 of us, but I was able to place 3rd, so I was pretty excited about that. And then what's coming up, and I actually want to plug this a little bit, is Arizona.
Plug away.
Yeah. Arizona High Country Adaptive Sports is actually hosting the 2nd annual Tetra Ski race in Arizona, and it is a qualifier for the national race in Utah in March. So if you want to try the Tetra Ski, before the conference, contact us and come out to Arizona, because it's incredible. It's awesome. It's so much fun. And I don't care if you're not from Arizona. You could, right, Truman? Can I say that? Like,
Oh yeah, please come down.
yeah,
We got
we would love
spots.
to have you. And it's just fun to experience that race kind of spirit that goes on in competition, and it's a different feeling than I've ever experienced before. But you will have a practice day, so you're not going to go in blind and be like, I don't know what I'm doing. You're going to have a practice day, and then the next day you'll be able to race. And if you want, I'm totally talking for you, Truman, but so you can tell me if I'm wrong, but if you want to come a day before the race, like sometime in between now and the race, I think we can get you in, right, to try it.
Yeah, so our qualifier race is February 21st and 22nd. 21st being our practice day, 22nd being race day. You can, if you make it to the race or want to try, have the ability to travel multiple times or want to come before the race, you can do that and come schedule a lesson with us, even without the race. And then the other thing I wanted to let you know is that the winner of our race has a full scholarship to the championship at Powder Mountain. That includes airfare and hotel and registration to the event. And that is
awesome.
compliments of Trails and University of Utah. So, if you're just like, let's start this, contact Kim so we can get you signed up for a race and let's start getting competitive.
And just so you
That
know,
is
you
awesome.
will race against me. I don't count, so. Although
Post
Ruben
my
won't be
her at our race.
Yeah,
I think we
not
should
allowed to
totally
race.
have an AMC race. So it would be Ted, Chris, and Rod and Catherine against Kimberly.
Fun game.
Yeah. So yeah, it would be so fun. Yeah, I am going as a coach to Arizona, but if you win in Arizona, I will beat the pants off you in Utah. So
Competitive
I
talk
haven't-
already. I love it.
I haven't raced anything in years, but I do consider myself the Vin Diesel of everything. So
Nice. Okay.
Let's see it, Rod. Come on down to Flagstaff.
Yeah.
That's
I can
awesome.
use my karate skills somewhere in there to knock it out.
Pretty good.
Rod and Chris said they're gonna smoke you, Kim. They're just gonna go right by you.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Truman, I'm
Little
liking the
snake.
nature of this discussion. Are you? This is what we want.
This is what we need.
Yeah.
Yes, this is what we need. The spirit of
Mhm.
competition.
Yes.
Nice.
Seriously, contact me. I won't go easy on you, but I'll get you in there.
hey, my dad was a coach, so I don't believe in going easy. Give me it everything. I want it all.
Yeah,
I want all the if I'm doing it, I want all the smoke.
exactly.
Yes. Yes. Kim, you know our AMCers, they need that tough love, not just
Yes.
from their mamas, but from their coaches, everything. So
Exactly.
yeah, I would definitely love to see like this everything, like just all of the sports that you're involved in grow and hopefully have more AMC participants. I know that's a dream of yours. So hopefully we have some interest out there and maybe conference will just change the lives of many. That's the hope, that's the goal. And you just never know. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
That's the limit.
It
You
changed
just
my
have
life, that's for sure. So
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's almost time to wrap up and go. I don't want to keep you any longer than, you've committed your time to us. And of course, you're going to be working hard in the coming months to fundraise to come to Atlanta. So there will be a lot of social updates that we will be putting out there for your group. So that's exciting. That's coming up very, very soon. I think Ted's already got them loaded. He's on top of things. So
Yeah,
excited. Take it away.
We got that started. Like we said earlier, the website for this year's conference and everything else will be launching. We're hitting our target on February 1st. So all the information will be online and available with the forums, with the links, and with Kimberly's contact. And like Ani said, we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight, and we love talking about these different things, different aspects of the show or the conference that we can bring in together and really teach people some new things and get them out there and get them on the slopes, get them on the bike rails, get them on the water, introduce them to new things. And I think it's going to be a great addition to the conference, and I'm looking forward to it. So with that, we're gonna tonight's secret word, if for those that are listening, is adaptive. So the first person to email that in at info@amcsupport.org will get a free item from our shop. And we will be back next Tuesday on January 30th. And again, we want to thank everybody for joining us, and be safe and be strong, people. Take care.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Truman. Thank you, Tanya. We appreciate you coming so much. Thanks,
Looking
Catherine,
forward
Rod.
to seeing you all in person.
yes.
Yes, absolutely. See you all in Georgia.
Have a good
great night,
night.
everyone.
Take care.